part one, I spoke about the Kate Middleton photo controversy and what I find interesting based on historical events with other royals surrounding privacy. Different agreements that the press has made with the British royal family concerning privacy. Which brought me back to a situation involving Harry and Meghan. Before I get started, if you are here to scream about the royals' right to privacy, or posit your Catherine, Princess of Wales medical theory, or get mad about the fact that I use both her title and her original name, which most people still know her by, this video is not for you. What I want to talk about requires us first to go back to the 1990s. After the tragic passing of Princess Diana, the British press was quick to make changes that were not legally binding so that government oversight would not come in and impose stricter press regulations. And the agreement that the British press made with the British royal family was that they would stop publishing uncommissioned paparazzi photographs, or paparazzi photos involving some sort of pursuit. This also extended into areas where one could reasonably expect privacy. There was rightly an outrage when young Prince George had paparazzi sneaking onto private property and trying to get photos of him, which the palace sent a very stern letter about that. I want to focus first on this idea of not publishing photos of royals who are in pursuit by the paparazzi. So I want to go back to May 2023, and Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, and Doria were in town for Meghan to receive an award and were subsequently pursued by the paparazzi. And firstly, I think there has been some successful groundwork in positioning Harry and Meghan as non-working royals, which is really kind of a construct. It has been used as a way to justify not giving them the same level of security while in the UK, which is funny because the British media still publishes stories about them under royals and talks about them more than nearly any other working royal. And now for the next part. Paparazzi were successful in getting pictures of Harry and Meghan in a cab. And some outlets, like The Express, the Daily Mail, did not hesitate to publish them immediately. They were eventually removed, which I find interesting that they either didn't feel the need to pause and consult with the palace first. Maybe the palace had given them a go-ahead. Possibly the fact that Prince Harry and Charles did not speak out at all about this told them what they needed. That, like they have been doing since Meghan entered the royal family, they could cover her differently than other royals and treat her right to privacy differently without pushback. Some will argue, well, do we even know if that's UK paparazzi? That could be foreign paparazzi. They're in another country. Well, it seems to me using that logic that the paparazzi photos that they got of Kate while vacationing in another country that were published in a French edition of Closer were also fair game. But also this argument does not make sense because one of the main things that the British media said after Diana died was that this is a foreign paparazzi problem. This isn't us, not an us problem. And again said they were not going to publish photos like that. Another reasonable argument could be Catherine and her husband were on vacation. The public doesn't need to know the details of everything that goes on in their private life and what they do on vacation. As we now know,
they also agreed to extend the definition of private space to include public places where an individual might have a reasonable expectation of privacy.
So if that's the agreement, why was it okay when Archie was just a few months old and Meghan and Harry were still working royals to publish these photos of the couple on vacation, where Meghan is clearly trying to hide her young son from the cameras in a photo that appears to be taken with a long lens? Why do other royals get to go on vacation with the expectation of privacy, and if that is invaded, the palace steps in? It was a rhetorical question. Negative stories about Harry and Meghan sell, and if there are negative stories out there about Harry and Meghan, then perhaps the media will not focus on other royals and what they're doing. This is August 2019. We are getting into Prince Andrew stuff. His catastrophic interview will be in November 2019, and this is just a couple of months after rumors of a royal rift between friends, William, Kate, and Rose, came into the media and swiftly disappeared. It's like it's not even about liking certain royals over others. It's just right there. Back to the car chase, in which paparazzi photos were published by the British media and then subsequently taken down. And the media very quickly went into questioning the story, interviewing anyone and everyone to prove that this is just another overdramatic, overblown statement from Harry and Meghan, yada, yada, yada. And veering it away from not three people that found themselves in pursuit, and perhaps one in particular would feel very triggered by this moment, considering what happened to his mother, which they bring up Princess Diana a lot when defending Kate and William's right to privacy. But when it involves Harry, he is using his mother's legacy and what she went through. Quickly, the goalposts are moved from car pursuit to controversy. Both sides. Who really knows? There are dozens of stories written every day by British media outlets The coverage was wild. Not for nothing, the coverage of the NYPD police saying that there is enough evidence to charge 2 of the paparazzis and that they would be making changes to security procedures the next time Harry and Meghan are in New York City has gone very underreported. I think we rightly assumed at the time that this just had to do with the British media is going to turn anything about Harry and Meghan and make it negative. It sells papers. Now I wonder if there is something else there. If part of the reason to cast doubt on this pursuit, to question if it was even really a pursuit at all, is in regards to the British media's agreement with the British royal family that they will not publish photos of royals in pursuit. And that, God forbid, if there's a next time, they can justify the use of these paparazzi shots because the seeds have been planted. When you can convince people that even little things are lies, then you can convince people that they lie about everything, including things like paparazzi chasing them. And if you can invalidate that, that gives you a little more wiggle room when it comes to publishing. Not to mention, of course, the fact that the British royal family has shown time and time again that they will rarely step in and interfere and put their foot down with the press in regards to Harry and Meghan. As I stated in my first video, British media will not do anything to jeopardize their access to the British royal family, and that the palace can make it very clear of what they want and what they don't want. Hence the UK media not publishing the photos of Kate in the car with Carol. Thanks for watching.